just remembering again that the city of New Orleans has become, for this nation, its most immediate laboratory for innovation and change. It has become, for a whole bunch of reasons, which maybe we would have wished away, the symbol of resilience, of resurrection, of redemption, of actually getting back up after the most difficult of circumstances. If you think about our short history, as Archie was going through those 9 Super Bowls, and he was going back through the ages, my mind went back to September 11th, when the Twin Towers were hit, when this country began to reel from those terrorist attacks and the consequences not only to the nation's psyche, but to the economic vitality of cities around America, and ours particularly, that depended on sports, entertainment, and tourism, which we, in my opinion, do better than anybody in the world. At that point in time, our economy went almost down to zero in the tourism industry because people were afraid and they quit flying. And just as everybody was getting back to where they needed to be, all of the cultural products, all of the hotels, all of the restaurants, Katrina hit us. And then shortly thereafter we had Rita, which, by the way, the anniversary was just the other day. And for those of you that forgot that, that was a storm that hit Lake Charles and basically wiped out Cameron Parish and sealed off the entrance to the state of Louisiana from Texas, which is where most of our tourists come through. And then we had Ike, and then we had Gustav. And then we had the national recession that began, and then we had the BP oil spill. And then we've lived through the national recession. And then recently we've had Isaac. Now, I'm waiting for the locust, Pastor Mike. But I'm halfway kidding there. But when you think about it, and then you look at where the city of New Orleans was and where it is today, and where this nation is stuck, they have looked at the city of New Orleans and said, how in the world did not only you guys survive, but how did you build a city which is right now the #2 city for jobs in America? How did you take an education system that was one of the worst in the country and create brand new schools that are closing the achievement gap between kids that weren't doing so well and kids that aren't doing? How did you create 88 primary health care clinics that are treating 300,000 people now when you didn't do it before? How did you completely reconstruct the cultural industries, the hotels, the restaurants, which we have more of than we had before Katrina? And the way I explain that to them is that we have, for a whole bunch of different reasons, come to communion with each other and become what I call one team, one fight, one voice, one city. And we all have rallied around this mission that New Orleans is a very special place for the world, and that we have a culture that can't be replicated, and that through our hard work and through learning and through partnership and putting down the differences that exist between us and the ability to find common ground, we have gotten one of the largest events in the world to come back to New Orleans for the 10th time, which is second only, I think, if I'm correct, to Miami. And if I might say so myself and be parochial about this, we're really better than Miami, and all the Super Bowls ought to be in New Orleans anyway. So I shoot this out to all of you because the storyline about the Super Bowl is not that just New Orleans is a great place to visit, not just a great place for us to host a major event like that. We are, and we're the best, and Doug and his team and everybody that runs that particular entity is. But remember, we're the only place in America that's got as many hotel rooms as close to the Super Bowl as the entity as anywhere else in America, and the people who come here are going to be occupying what the world knows is almost the entire city of New Orleans, and it's got to work like clockwork. And for those of you that have not been involved in the planning, Jay and his team have done an excellent job. I can assure you that all of the road projects are going to be done by the Super Bowl. Take that to the bank. I know it doesn't look like it when you go down Parker Street in Loyola, but Justin is here. Justin, raise your hand. See that right there? And Cedric, all that stuff's going to get done. And this city is going to sparkle, and it's going to shine physically, and there's no doubt in my mind that the soul of this city, reflected through your eyes, is going to reflect to the rest of this nation the values and the character that this nation needs to see in order to stand herself back up through one of the most difficult world economic crises that we have ever seen. And when President Obama was down here a couple of weeks ago, touring the devastation in the Laplace area from Isaac, he actually commented on how incredible the work is that the people of this region have done to be a great reflection to the rest of the people of America during the most difficult time. And I feel very confident that all of you are going to rise to the task of actually shining as we always have. And as we reflect that principle of one team, one fight, one voice, one city, it's going to be a reflection to the rest of America of how we look when we're our best. So thank you all very much. God bless you. And we will be there on that day. Thank you.